if you are looking to get started with wholesaling real estate in order to quit your job and to be able to make some money, then you have to be able to speak with sellers, with property owners intelligently, because it doesn't matter what kind of marketing you do. At the end of the day, if you can't talk to people, then guess what? You ain't gonna make any money. Now, by the way, I hope that Brent Daniels doesn't have a trademark on that, because we just said talk to people. Is that legal or illegal?
You got to be careful with that.
Yeah. Talk to Brent. Make sure. I don't want to be. I don't want to fall.
I think it's a generic term that if you talk to people, so you can't really take that out of the equation. So
this is an inside joke. So we ruined the video, but we're gonna continue on. Okay. Hey, Brett, how you going? How
this
do
is
you?
Bananas, yo.
Yeah, it's bananas. It's bananas.
I don't know.
Oh my God, this video is
has the trademark on the banana. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. What's the other one? What's Crow say? Bam! Woo! Woo! We're gonna have to keep this video. All right? So let's talk about. All right? You don't got your bell with you? Where's your bell? What kind of real estate investor are you? You don't got your bell with you. Jeez, my God. All right. What are we talking about besides making fun of you guys? All in good gesture. Maybe this video will take off because we're making fun of them.
It's all love, man.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So, what were we talking about? What the heck were we talking about?
Talking to sellers.
Right, talking to sellers.
And how it's important to build rapport, but a lot of people think building rapport is just a very simple way of relating to people, but as you were talking to
you're going into your YouTube voice.
And my wife, you were talking about the YouTube voice, right?
Yeah, before we recorded this video, I said to Alex Youngblood, who happens to own the largest Facebook group for real estate investors looking to become real estate investors. It's called Wholesaling Houses Full Time. Check it out. Look it up on Facebook. But I told him that whenever we do a YouTube together, that he has to be careful because he turns on his YouTube voice.
My YouTube voice.
Yes. And
but that's important though, because I'm speaking to YouTube, right? So when you speak to a seller, you have to know what type of seller you're speaking to speak their language.
I tell you what the YouTube voice is. It's your cadence.
It's my cadence.
Yeah. Like right there, like if I ask you, hey, if I say, Alex, how do you talk to sellers? You'd be like, oh, you know what? I just try to mimic their voice and blah, blah, blah. But if I ask you that and you turn on your YouTube voice, what do you say? Well, in order to speak with sellers, you have to mimic what they're saying. That's how you sound. That is how you sound, right? Right?
That could be true.
Yes, it is true. It is true. It is true. We're going to have to monitor that, okay? This is my daughter, Alex Chico, likes to be in my videos. All right, walking to my clubhouse, actually, I think, or somewhere else. Let's see.
We're not in Orlando right now. We're in Miami.
That's right. We are in Miami. So
we're walking away from the clubhouse.
All right, listen, I'm going to publish this video either way because I think it's funny, okay?
No, it's good. It's a good video.
And listen, number 3, give me 3 tips for being able to be great on the phone with sellers. What would you say?
You want 3? Why don't we just stick with one of the main ones?
What's the main one?
Is identifying who you're talking to. Well, there we go. There's one. Identify what kind of seller you're talking to first.
What does that mean?
That means...
Translate that for the common folk.
You have to understand.
Because even I don't understand what that means.
Are you talking to a type of seller that is wanting to know right away, fast, what's going on? Or are you trying to talk to a seller that wants to talk to you and just say hello and how are you and how's the family?
You're right.
Or are you talking to a seller that is a closed book and doesn't want to give out any information, right? So you have to identify what kind of seller you're talking to.
Right, okay.
Very important. You can tell very quickly who you're talking to within the first opening sentence.
Okay, so identify who you're talking to. What's number 2?
Number 2 is you need to know what language they speak. And I don't mean English or Spanish, right? And you were very helpful today, by the way, because you translated for me.
Yes, I
One
translated.
of my contractors.
He had to speak with one of his contractors, and he doesn't know Spanish, and I do. So
porquito.
Yeah, porquito. No,
Porquito.
that's a porquito. Sounds like a small pork. That's what that sounds like. Okay. Yeah, small smoked pork. Yeah, that's a So what is that? In the lake? Is there a lizard? Stay away from the alligators. There's a sign usually that says if you see an alligator. That's a palm, yeah. Oh. They say that if you see an alligator, don't touch it. Rule of thumb, if you're in Florida and you see an alligator, run.
That's no joke.
Yes. All right, number 2. What was number 2?
Also, number 3 is you have to
Well, what was number 2?
Number 2, you need to identify their language, right?
Well, what is that language? What does that mean?
That means
I need
how
to-
they communicate.
How they communicate.
How they communicate. Is it a slow kind of cadence?
Right.
Or is it fast? They really want to know what's going on.
So would you mimic
or
their
is it
cadence?
somebody that's very
Would you
quiet?
mimic their cadence?
Well, that's step 3.
Right. So what was step 1 again?
Step 1 is identify the type of person you're talking
Well,
to.
what do you mean the type of person? What kind of person?
Is it somebody that wants to get to the point really quickly?
Okay.
Or is it somebody that wants to beat
Got it.
around the bush?
So what kind of person, the cadence, and then the step number 3 is...
Step number 3 is to speak the language that they speak.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
You must speak their language.
How are these people gonna know what you're talking about if even I have to figure out what you're talking about?
They'll
It's your
figure it
YouTube
out.
voice. You get stuck in your head with your YouTube
They
voice.
will figure it out.
I'll tell you what my 3 tips are, right? My 3 tips. Here, before we go into our clubhouse, we're just getting ready to go into our clubhouse here. I'm showing young blood around. Hold on, Alex. If you keep on grabbing my arm, the camera shakes. There you
Oh,
go. But I
you
don't
don't
mind
want
you
it to
being,
shake.
yeah. So here we are. So my 3 tips are, okay? 3 tips are, number 1, were you talking with the seller?
You're going to redo my tips.
Yes, but I'm gonna
Okay.
talk in not a YouTube voice.
Not a YouTube.
Yeah, my normal voice. My
Okay.
normally Cris Chico on 4 Cups of Coffee voice. Number 1 is you got to follow a script. Because if you're thinking about what to say, you're not focusing on listening to what the prospect has to say. Number 1 is always follow a script. Number 2, my advice, a little bit different advice than you, is get to the heart of the matter as quickly as
So
possible.
you get right to the point.
Well, I want to know within the first 5 minutes of the conversation if I've got somebody that I can do something with, or if it's somebody that's going to be wasting my time. Because if it's somebody that's going to be wasting my time, then I need to get off the phone with them. So I need to be able to determine, hey, is there motivation? What's the situation about the property? All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, I completely forgot because I was thinking about number 2 and now I can't think about number 3.
You have to figure out how to speak to the person because that's very, very important because that's the way they communicate and they want to get right to the point. And that's how you
Yeah.
talk to Cris Chico.
I would say
you
we
might be talking to a
Right.
grandma, and
I w-
grandma wants to know how's it going. And
I would
what
agree.
Are the
I would
types
agree
of
that-
things going on in their life. And
At the end of the day, we came from 2 different points, but we all come to the same point
Yes.
together, which is I agree that you got to develop rapport.
yes,
Rapport is important. And
the
most
fastest
people,
way to build rapport
Right. And
is
most-
to imitate their
right.
language.
Most people think, the amateurs think that building rapport is you going out and talking about the fishing or the vacation and all this other stuff. That is for amateurs. Amateurs tell you to do that. Rapport is built instantly. You know that when you meet somebody for the first time, within the first 10 seconds, you're like, I either like this person or don't like this person. So rapport happens subconsciously. So an easy way to build rapport is through mirror and matching. Mirroring and matching, meaning matching the tonality of their voice, their cadence of their voice, and their speech patterns in an effort to get them to feel comfortable. Would you agree with that?
100%.
100%, yeah? So there you go, we agree on something.
There it is.
What do you think about having a script? I'm a big fan of having a script, knowing what to say each and every single time. You say the same thing each and every single time you get on the phone
I'm
with the
not
seller.
a huge fan
You're
of
not
the
a fan of the
script. I
script?
think you should just be real and use your YouTube voice when you talk to them on the phone.
Yes. That wouldn't work out too much. That wouldn't work out too much. All right, well, listen, we've said enough. Again, talking with sellers is the most important thing. What do we say at the... Let me tell you, I think this video was bananas. Absolutely bananas,
yo.
okay?
Woo!
Boom! What's the other thing we missed one? Bam, okay? Go
Bam.
ahead and ring the bell. Does anybody have a bell to ring? Nobody has a bell to ring, but we got places to go and people to see, so that's the video for today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Watch one of these videos that I have somewhere up here. I don't know where they're going
Go
to appear.
check out Wholesaling Houses full time.
That's right, Wholesaling Full Houses full-time and Facebook. Join that group. Tell him that you're my friend and you saw me on YouTube. He'll let you in. Lots of great
free.
information for free.
And
for
I'll give
now.
you your money back if you don't like it.
Yes, that's right. We'll give you the money back guarantee. If you don't like it, then you didn't pay anything, so we'll send you on your way out, okay?